Okay, now welcome back to the channel. Guess what? It's time to make some more wood. I got some piece of crap here that I bucked up. Think it's box elder. And there's some more wood back here. I'll show you what I got. And I got some hackberry, I got some mulberry, and I got some maple. And I'm just going to be splitting this wood today and getting that done. Now I did just get back from the saw shop there on my chainsaw. And my chain brake wasn't working on my saw, so let me cut to some footage right now and show you what was happening. The chain brake was clicking and engaging and had pressure, but when you hit the throttle, it was just spinning. So we'll cut to that footage right now, and I'll show you my chain brake. Okay, now you can see what was going on with my chain there, and because that saw is under warranty, I just ran it up the road to the dealer. It's 4 or 5 miles down the road from my house there, so I thought I'd let them take a look at it because it is under warranty, and I could have taken it apart and eyeballed it and saw what was going on, but I just decided to go ahead and take it up to them because it is under warranty. Some of the parts could have been broken or chewed up or whatever, so I took it up there. And so that guy was very nice. I got some good service up there, and he took the saw apart on the counter right in front of me on the spot there, and he fixed it, but apparently it was just out of place or something. That band that wraps around your clutch drum, he said there was something down in there that was out of place. And he said it looked like somebody had messed with it and put it back together wrong or something, and that was not me. I told him that, but I have not been in that saw at all. I bought it last fall, and I've just been running it. So if somebody was in it, it was at the shop or before it got to me. But anyways, he took it apart and put it right back together, and it appears to be working now. So hopefully it continues to work. If it doesn't, I'm going to be a little bit frustrated because there's something wrong with that clutch drum, and it was inside, and that clutch drum spins around, and that saw brake was on it, and it was spinning around. So hopefully it didn't heat it up and fry anything out on my clutch or anything when it was under friction under that brake the whole time and everything. Now he did, as soon as he opened it up, he said it looks like it's getting hot, and I said, well, is anything damaged? Is my clutch okay? Does it need a new clutch or a new drum or anything? And he said no, but hopefully everything's okay there. It's probably all right, but it may have been getting hot from that brake being under friction, like I said. The other thing that we talked about when I was at the saw shop was the chain. If you see my last video, I was cutting this piece of ash right here, and I think there's a barbed wire fence or something inside that piece of ash wood, because I moved over 16 inches and I hit metal, then I moved over 16 inches, hit metal again really bad, and it tore my chain up. And he told me I needed a new chain, that it couldn't be sharpened, and I have to disagree with that. I haven't really seen anything you can't sharpen your way out of on a chain. I mean, you can sharpen a damn chain. But I will say, I will give them this. I looked at that chain, and the first tooth I looked at, the whole tooth itself was kicked out. It's supposed to be flat, and it was kicked out over to the side from where it hit metal, and it bent the tooth out of line. So I did see that, and that may have been what he looked at, and he just wasn't going to tell me. He said, you're going to have to be pretty good to sharpen that chain. It's gone. You need a new chain. Well, I put some pliers on that chain, and I tried to bend it on that tooth, and I tried to bend it back, and it did bend a little, and I think I had it where it needed to be, but I tried to squeeze it a little bit more and give it a little more, and it just broke off. That's how hardened steel acts. I mean, hardened steel isn't a soft steel. It doesn't bend and stay, so it's real brittle. And when I squeezed it too hard and broke it off. I got a skip chain on one tooth. Doesn't matter, you can run a chain without missing one tooth. It ain't gonna hurt. And also, I know I'm rambling on, but on a lot of chains, it's just the way there's an odd number of teeth or whatever. They don't always come back together to where there's one on the right, one on the left. So you know what I'm saying. On that particular chain, it's one of those chains where it connects at the end of the chain. There's two teeth that are on the same side of the chain. If you know what I'm saying, they're both on the same side because there's an odd number, so you can't have it line up to where there's a left and a right. There's two rights on it, and I'm pretty sure that tooth I broke off was on those two rights. So one of those right side is missing now. So now it'll run left right anyways, because I took one of the two rights off. So I just got like a skip chain on there, and you know, chains are disposable wear items, so it's not a big deal. You're gonna throw it away anyways. I kind of have my mind made up about chains and sharpening chains. I don't use a bench grinder. That's way too time consuming to put your chains on a bench grinder and grind them and take them off and take them inside and spend 45 minutes lining up all the angles and then put your saw all back together, put the chain back on. And if it doesn't matter how sharp your damn chain is, when you go out and hit the ground or a rock or a piece of metal and wood or whatever, when it's beyond your control, when you're inside of wood and you hit metal and using tree service wood and working around the mud and everything anyways, the first time you hit a rock, it doesn't matter whether you use a bench grinder or a hand file or a Dremel tool, it's going to be dull no matter what. So for the amount of savings, I'm sold on that Dremel saw sharpening. I've gotten good at it. I've developed my touch. I know the physics, the geometry of how a sawtooth works, and I know how to sharpen it. And I've gotten pretty good with the Dremel and the raker gauge. So I'm sold on that Dremel. That hand filing is for the birds. It takes too long, hurts my back, hurts my hands, everything. Hurts my chest leaning over that saw for half an hour slaving away on it. And I don't want it. A bench grinder is expensive and it takes a long time. So like I was thinking in the car on the way over here, maybe I'm just completely stupid and clueless, and in 30 years I may go, man, I was wrong all those years. I was a dumbass. I should have invested $500 on a bench grinder and spent hours and hours of time sharpening chains inside on a bench grinder and all of that. So maybe one day I'll change my mind and realize the error of my ways, how dumb I have been. But I've been cutting a lot of wood for 3 years now, pretty much professionally, and I've ran a chainsaw basically my whole adult life off and on, and this is just kind of where I'm at right now. I mean, the Dremel is so fast. So anyways, I could just go ahead and make a video out of this right now. I've been rambling about 10 minutes already, so I think that's going to be what we do. I've changed my mind. This has been an 8-minute video just talking about saw chain, showing the problem on my chain brake, and that I got that fixed. I'm not even going to pull my saw out here and look at it. The chain brake works now. Maybe you can learn something from that, and you can look up on YouTube and see how to take a saw apart. If you take the cover off and you get down to your chain brake, you got to take the cover off, and then that little metal chain guard, and pull the little inside out. But I would just try to take it apart and look at it yourself and see if there's wood stuck in there or anything's out of place or any of the little latches are off of your chain brake or anything. If you're having problems with your chain brake, you can figure that out on your own. There's videos on YouTube that show how to do that. So anyways, I just rambled on, and that's how we do it. You never know with me on this channel what's going to be going on, but we just had a little talk about saw chain and a little talk about chain brakes, and that's going to be for the video for today. So go ahead, like the channel, subscribe to the video, and when you come back next time, we're going to be splitting up a bunch of wood. So we just did a whole 180. I'm going to put this in the next video. Thanks for watching. See you later. Maybe I should start over.